The world watches with bated breath, tensions are escalating, every news bulletin brings a fresh wave of anxiety as people around the globe tune in to see what the next development will be. The air is thick with uncertainty and the collective heartbeat of humanity seems to quicken with each passing hour. A new arms race is underway, one that threatens to shatter the fragile peace we've held onto for decades. Nations are ramping up their military capabilities, showcasing their might in grand parades and demonstrations. The display of power is both a warning and a statement, a reminder that the balance of power is ever shifting and precarious. At the heart of this brewing storm is a technological leap forward: hypersonic missiles. These advanced weapons are not just faster, they are smarter, more precise, and deadlier than anything we've seen before. The race to develop and deploy these missiles is not just about military superiority, it's about redefining the very nature of warfare. These weapons, capable of traveling at 5 times the speed of sound, have fundamentally changed the game of warfare. Their speed and agility make them nearly impossible to intercept, rendering traditional defense systems obsolete. The implications are profound, as nations scramble to adapt to this new reality. The question on everyone's mind is a chilling one: are we on the brink of World War III? The specter of global conflict is no longer a distant nightmare but a looming possibility. The maps of conflict zones are expanding, and the lines of engagement are becoming increasingly blurred. It's a question no one wants to face, yet the recent events unfolding across the globe suggest we may already be standing on the precipice. Political leaders are engaged in heated debates, each move scrutinized under the global microscope. The stakes are higher than ever, and the margin for error is razor thin. From the battlefields of the Middle East to the tense standoffs between superpowers, the specter of global conflict looms large. The flashpoints are numerous, and the potential for escalation is ever present. Each skirmish, each confrontation carries with it the risk of igniting a larger, uncontrollable blaze. The rules of engagement have been rewritten, and the stakes have never been higher. Diplomats and military strategists are working around the clock, trying to navigate this treacherous landscape. The old playbooks are no longer sufficient, and new strategies must be devised to prevent catastrophe. The world holds its breath, waiting to see if diplomacy can prevail, or if the unthinkable will become our terrifying reality. The corridors of power are filled with hushed conversations and urgent meetings, as leaders grapple with decisions that could shape the future of humanity. The hope is that reason and dialogue will triumph over aggression and conflict, but the path ahead is fraught with peril. Amidst the tension, there are voices calling for peace, for a return to diplomacy and reason. Grassroots movements and peace rallies are springing up as ordinary citizens demand a different path. The desire for a peaceful resolution is strong, but the question remains: will it be enough to turn the tide? History has shown us the devastating consequences of unchecked aggression, but it has also shown us the power of reconciliation and diplomacy. The lessons of the past are clear, yet the challenge is to apply them in a world that is more complex and interconnected than ever before. As we stand at this critical juncture, the role of technology and innovation cannot be overstated. Scientists and engineers are working tirelessly to develop new solutions, not just for defense, but for peace. Collaborative international projects offer a glimmer of hope, showing that cooperation is possible even in the most challenging times. Ultimately, the future is in our hands. It will be shaped by the choices we make today, by the willingness of nations and individuals to come together in the spirit of cooperation and mutual respect. The path to peace is not easy, but it is a path worth striving for. As the world watches and waits, there is still hope. Hope that cooler heads will prevail, that dialogue will triumph over discord, and that the line we fear crossing will remain unbroken. The dawn of a new day brings with it the promise of a better future, one where peace and understanding can flourish. The world took notice when a hypersonic missile launched from Yemen screamed across the sky towards Israel. This was not just any missile, it was a hypersonic missile, a type of weapon that travels at speeds exceeding 5 times the speed of sound. The sheer velocity and precision of this missile left many in awe and fear, as it represented a significant leap in military technology. This test sent shockwaves through the international community. News outlets around the globe quickly picked up the story, with headlines blaring the potential implications of such a powerful weapon being in the hands of a nation like Yemen. Analysts and experts were called upon to dissect the event, and the consensus was clear. The balance of power in the region could be shifting. It was a stark demonstration of the rapidly changing landscape of warfare, proving that even relatively small powers could now possess weapons capable of challenging the might of nations like the United States and Israel. This development was particularly concerning for military strategists who had long believed that technological superiority was the domain of the world's most powerful nations. The missile test from Yemen shattered this notion, showing that advanced weaponry could be developed and deployed by smaller, less traditionally powerful countries. This particular missile test showcased alarming technological advancements. The hypersonic missile's capabilities were on full display, demonstrating not only its speed, but also its ability to maneuver in ways that made it extremely difficult to track and intercept. This level of sophistication suggested that significant resources and expertise had been invested in its development. The weapon's speed and maneuverability made it virtually impossible to intercept using existing defense systems. Traditional missile defense systems, which rely on predicting the trajectory of incoming threats, were rendered almost obsolete by the hypersonic missile's ability to change course rapidly and travel at such high speeds. This raised serious questions about the effectiveness of current defense strategies and the need for new technologies to counter such threats. This development raised serious concerns about the vulnerability of even the most sophisticated militaries in the world. If a nation like Yemen could develop and launch such a missile, it suggested that other countries, potentially with more resources and technological know-how, could do the same. This realization prompted a re-evaluation of global military strategies and the recognition that new forms of defense would be necessary to protect against these advanced threats. Experts quickly pointed to the potential involvement of Iran, a nation with a history of supporting Houthi rebels in Yemen. Iran's role in the region has long been a point of contention, and its support for the Houthi rebels has been well documented. The possibility that Iran had provided the technology or expertise needed to develop the hypersonic missile added another layer of complexity to the situation. It suggested that the missile test was not just a demonstration of Yemen's capabilities, but also a reflection of Iran's influence and reach in the region. The incident underscored the volatile nature of the Middle East and the potential for regional conflicts to spiral out of control. The Middle East has long been a hotspot for geopolitical tensions, and the introduction of such advanced weaponry only heightened the stakes. The missile test served as a reminder of the fragile balance in the region and the potential for any single event to trigger a larger conflict. It also highlighted the need for continued diplomatic efforts to address the underlying issues and prevent further escalation. It also served as a wake-up call to the West, forcing a reassessment of defense strategies and a renewed focus on diplomatic solutions to prevent a full-blown global conflict. Western nations, particularly those with interests in the Middle East, were prompted to reconsider their approach to defense and diplomacy. The missile test from Yemen was a stark reminder that the world is changing, and that new threats require new strategies. It underscored the importance of international cooperation and the need for innovative solutions to address the challenges of modern warfare. While the Yemen test showcased a new threat, it was Russia's aggressive development of hypersonic missiles that truly upended the global military balance. The Yemen conflict highlighted the growing use of advanced missile technology in regional conflicts, but it was Russia's advancements that sent shockwaves through the global military community. The implications of these developments are far-reaching, affecting not just military strategies, but also geopolitical alliances and global security frameworks. Russia has made no secret of its investment in this technology, boasting about its capabilities and conducting numerous high-profile tests. President Putin has frequently highlighted these advancements in his speeches, emphasizing the strategic edge they provide. The Russian military parades have become a platform to showcase these formidable weapons, sending a clear message to the world about Russia's military prowess and technological advancements. Their arsenal includes the Avangard, a hypersonic glide vehicle capable of carrying nuclear warheads. This vehicle can travel at speeds exceeding Mach 20, making it nearly impossible to intercept. The Avangard's ability to maneuver at such high speeds adds an unpredictable element to its trajectory, complicating any attempts at defense. This technological marvel represents a significant leap in missile technology, one that has caught the attention of military experts worldwide, and the Kinzhal, an air-launched ballistic missile. The Kinzhal can be launched from fighter jets, extending its range and flexibility. This missile can reach speeds of up to Mach 10 and is designed to penetrate advanced missile defense systems. The combination of speed, range, and maneuverability makes the Kinzhal a formidable addition to Russia's military arsenal, further enhancing its strategic capabilities. These weapons are designed to overcome even the most advanced missile defense systems, giving Russia a significant strategic advantage. The development of hypersonic missiles has rendered many existing defense systems obsolete, forcing other nations to rethink their defensive strategies. The ability to bypass traditional missile defenses has shifted the balance of power, making hypersonic technology a critical focus for military planners around the world. This shift in military power has raised concerns among NATO countries, particularly in Europe, where the memory of Russian aggression in Ukraine is still fresh. NATO has been closely monitoring these developments, holding numerous meetings to discuss potential responses. The presence of advanced Russian missiles in the region has heightened tensions, prompting European nations to bolster their own defenses and reconsider their strategic alliances. The development of hypersonic weapons has added a new layer of complexity to the already tense relationship between Russia and the West. Diplomatic efforts have been strained as both sides grapple with the implications of this new technology. Military experts are engaged in ongoing discussions to understand the full impact of hypersonic missiles on global security. The introduction of these weapons has made the geopolitical landscape even more volatile, with the potential for miscalculation and escalation ever present. It has also fueled a renewed arms race, as countries scramble to develop their own hypersonic capabilities in an attempt to maintain a semblance of parity. Nations around the world are investing heavily in research and development, seeking to close the technological gap. Military labs and testing sites are abuzz with activity, as scientists and engineers work tirelessly to create their own hypersonic weapons. This arms race is reminiscent of the Cold War era, with the added complexity of modern technology and global interconnectedness. The world watches nervously as the potential for miscalculation and escalation grows with each passing day. World leaders are engaged in tense discussions trying to navigate this new reality. The global map is dotted with potential flashpoints, each one a reminder of the fragile nature of international relations. News anchors report on the rising tensions, highlighting the precarious balance of power. As hypersonic technology continues to evolve, the stakes grow higher, and the need for careful diplomacy becomes ever more critical. The Middle East has long been a tinderbox, and the advent of hypersonic missiles has only heightened the stakes. The region is already home to multiple ongoing conflicts, fueled by religious tensions, political instability, and competition for resources. The introduction of hypersonic weapons into this volatile mix has created a dangerous new dynamic. Countries like Iran, seeing the success of the Houthi missile test, are likely to accelerate their own hypersonic programs. This proliferation of advanced weapons technology increases the risk of miscalculation and escalation. A single incident, whether intentional or accidental, could quickly spiral out of control, drawing regional powers and their global allies into a wider conflict. The international community must work together to address the root causes of instability in the region and prevent the further spread of hypersonic weapons. Failure to do so could have catastrophic consequences for the entire world.